What's going on, team? Proof here, and welcome to a new Duel Masters Plays deck showcase video. And the deck I'm showcasing today is Reef, which is kind of a new development from a popular Japanese YouTuber, Sasobu. And the idea behind it is to be a little bit faster than the other light water Astral Reef decks, with the addition of Rumblegate, as you're going to see in a little bit, to help combat them faster and take away their advantages before they can steamroll. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna talk about the cards, talk about the choices, and then we're gonna get into 3 games as we usually do, and hopefully we win more than we lose. So the first card we have is Soul Gala. It's a guardian creature, it's a blocker, and then it says whenever anybody casts a spell, it gets plus 3000 power to the end of turn. And why this is important is that it's a guardian for our evolution creature, and it combos well with the few spells that we have, and especially Rumblegate, because Rumblegate gives it plus 1000 power, and then on top of the 3000 it becomes 5000, which helps it trade into the likes of certain beaters and Reef in and of itself. So it's an important addition to have, and since it's one of the few blockers in light that can attack the opposing or attack your opponent, unlike other light blockers that say can't attack players, so that's why it's a nice addition to have. And then we have the Reef base of Steam Star, 3 Kelp Candle, and 4 Astral Reef. You want to have these because they're the base engine for draw power and be able to early game development of your hand size to be able to beat down your opponent. And Reef is just busted, so a lot of decks right now are trying to incorporate this central piece of the engine to be able to just gain cards and get to their main game plan. So and that's why the deck, part of the name of it is Reef, is that you have Astral Reef in the deck. And what Astral Reef does is it evolves on a cyber virus, and then when it comes into play you draw 3 cards, which is why it's so incredibly powerful and potent. Then we have 2 Aqua Hocus. When it comes into play, you draw a card. I made some adjustments from Sasobu's list in that I added the upcoming card, and I took out Energy Stream for it, and I kept around Aqua Hocus. And I'm trying to see if I wanted to go the opposite way with it, but that's what kind of play testing things out is for. The new addition I added is Marching Motherboard, which is a card I talked about in the previous deck showcase video. It's a cyber virus, so it can be evolved into Astral Reef if need be. But it says when a cyber or card with cyber in its name comes into play, or in its race comes into play, you draw a card as long as you have less than 6 cards in your hand. So what this does is that it gives your 2 mana cyber viruses so much more utility, because you can just play it and cycle it through to draw yourself a card. And that way it becomes a threat in and of itself to remove, and it saves removal from some of your other stuff from your opponent. And then we have the other half of the namesake of the deck in Rumblegate, the card I talked about. It's a fire card, 4 mana, give all your creatures plus 1000 power, and then they can attack untapped creatures. Usually when it comes to attacking creatures, they have to be tapped down from your opponent, but Rumblegate bypasses that and lets you attack them directly. And it's nice for clearing the board to make space or make room for your attackers to get through, and just to make your board a little bit safer than your opponent. So you kind of just rumble on the board and try to gather the advantage. Then we have 2 Falega. It says when it comes into play, search your graveyard for a spell and return 1 to your hand. Since the deck has so few spells, you're likely going to get what you want, but it allows you the ability to reuse Rumblegates, reuse Holy Ah, as you may have seen in the deck list, and things like that. We got 2 Glean of Wool, which is a card that we talked about in the previous video. It evolves on top of Guardians, so Soul Gala and Falega. It has Double Breaker, and while it's on the board, if your opponent activates Shield Trigger, put the top card of my deck into my shield zone. So it's a nice way to counter aggressive decks if I'm trying to push for game, and that way I can gather some protection if they want to remove some of my creatures and I can't win that turn. And it's kind of your finishing option as like a late game push through option. Then we have 2 Petrova, Chandler of Suns. What it does is that when it comes into play, choose one of your creatures, and every creature of the selected race gets plus 4000 power as long as Petrova's on the board. And Petrova can't be targeted by your opponent. So the cards like Terror Pit, can't remove it. Anything else that's direct targeting, it can be circumvented if your opponent makes you have to destroy something, because it's not the opponent doing it, it's you choosing to remove it. So it's things to keep in mind as you're playing the deck. And what this does, you typically want to pick cyber viruses with this to be able to buff those up to make them a little bit more powerful and useful to beat down the opponent. Got 2 Tornado Flame, Shield Trigger card, destroy one of your opponent's creatures with 4,000 or less. It's nice to hit Astral Reef with it, opposing Astral Reefs with it, and a lot of cards fall within 4,000 or less range to be able to take them out. Then we have 4 Holy Eye, Shield Trigger, tap down all your opponent's creatures. This is useful for bypassing blockers, or if you need to battle your opponent's creatures on the board before they take you out, you can activate Holy Eye. And it comes in handy later in the game to be able to protect you from your opponent trying to rush you down. And then we have Tried and True Aqua Surfer. Shield Trigger creature, when it comes into play, return one of your opponent's creatures back to their hand. Stops aggressive decks. It stops, it's useful to be hard cast to remove certain threats to help you get through, remove blockers, all the good stuff. And then last but not least, we have a new card from the current set 2 in Hurlosaur. When it comes into play, Shield Trigger creature, destroy one of your opponent's creatures with 2,000 power or less. So this is like the fire version of Aqua Surfer, but it's much more limited in nature, as you can see. But it's useful to be able to stop aggressive decks from beating you down too quickly. So that's the deck, and we're going to go into rank mode with it, and hopefully we can come out ahead in stars this time around. Alright, we're going second. Since this deck was made by Sasabo, a popular YouTuber, we might run into some mirror matches because it's very common for them to see what the popular YouTubers are using, and then I'll run into those soon thereafter. Ho. Hopefully this is a game where we get our Shield Trigger creatures running. Brave Claw has to attack, so that means it hopefully it might run into something that removes it. And if it's Hurlosaur, that'd be the very best thing to get. Nope. Alright, so we may not need Motherboard this game. Get that out there. Kelp Candle, when it blocks, I draw a card. So Fire Nature, Rush. Strong start. Surf. I'll bounce this because this has to attack. I'll lose the shield, but I'll be able to gain the tempo right back. And especially if this is Hurlosaur, I'll just have so much more advantage from there. So I don't know how useful Rumble Gate is going to be, because Kukpalan can't be attacked. So I want to put that there. I want to play Soul Gala. I did have Hurlosaur replace Magma Rex, which is one of the few times where Magma Rex would have come in handy. I'll take that trade. I'll take that trade every day. Petrova, huh? I'll throw Reef down. I'll play that. They might attack with this first to get the card back from their mana zone. I'll take it, then I'll see what I get from my shields. They could have top decked Pincer Scarab. They put that in so that way they can play it later. Or no, not play it later, but they'll go back down to 3 mana as opposed to going down to 2 mana. And that leaves open Pyro Fighter. Grab Snip. There's the boy. So, I already put one Falega in. Yeah, I may not need this Falega. I kind of want to go with the counter offensive, but that's kind of spooky. I do want to try and build up a large board and then go ham with Glean of Wool. So that might be a better course of action. If I can't power this up with Petrova, well I can, but it'll still die to a Comet Missile or to Volcanic Arrows here. But it still might be better. And then I'll trade that in. I don't want to give them too many cards because of A, shield trigger through Comet Missile, and B, just that way they start rushing me down. I want to try and get to my Guardian stuff. Holy Eye, it's not bad. Evolve that, draw 3. This can't attack if I have more creatures than my opponent. Okay. So worst case scenario is that they trigger shield trigger creatures and then can remove this and then I lose. I've seen 1, 2 Holy Eyes. Unfortunately, I didn't draw into another Cyber Virus because then I could have presented lethal that way. But I do have this one. Okay. See if I can get the Petrova attack in. I feel I'm relatively safe at this point. Cool, bet. You don't want to give Rush too long to find the pieces to beat you. And since they have this on the board, this can't attack at all. So we're in a relatively good spot. He'd have to play 3 creatures to just be able to attack with it. Cool, so I can play this, this, and this all in the same turn. So we got this one. Let's have like some sneaky Holy Eye in their mana. I'm sorry, in their deck. We'll have 5 attackers versus 2 shields. That last turn was my window to try to get the game into hand, in my opinion. Yep. Dipped out. So I thought my win condition would be try to get Guardians to get to Gleena, but I thought after a while that would have been too slow. And the opportunity was there once they put Snip on the board because they had no attackers really. So I thought it was a good time to go ahead and go for it. All right, we're going first. See what we got. Pretty solid hand. Alright, we're gonna put that in, kind of disguise what we're playing because Aqua Surfer is so prevalent that first mana Aqua Surfer doesn't really tell you what your opponent's playing. Not sure what my opponent's playing. Looks like mono light stuff. Interesting. We'll put that in. We'll play this just to open up turn 3 Astral Reef. Petrova's good. I don't know if we need this Gleaner. I do want to keep Petrova open. So I might play this and then this next turn into Petrova. We'll see. Alright, put that in. Might be regrettable. So far our opponent's like they're playing mono light something. Second Tornado Flame. So that'll be both my Tornado Flames down. This could be Diamond Cutter. Can't remember what Bex does. It's not a card that I see very commonly. Put that in. Summon this Soul Gala. This person had a perfect curve. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll put that in. I don't know if I want to do that or that. We'll go with this one. I lose less if they have a Holy Eye this way. Looks like I should have kept the Gleaner in my hand. Unfortunately, they have Dia Nork there, so I can't freely attack at the moment. That's a good draw. If I can find my Rumble Gate, that'd be awesome right now. I'll take that one. Now I need Rumble Gate. Actually, no, I didn't think about that. I could have cast the Holy Eye for the Soul Gala. That was a bad play on my part last turn. I'll burn the Holy Eye for the power up. Get these Dia Norks off the board. If I do this here, exposes Petrova. I really don't want to do that. Such a weird deck to run into. Feels like I'm playing against an AI person. There's Rumblegate though. Alright, if I cast Holy Eye, then I can remove that, but Rumblegate does not do the exact same though. Let's see, that I can't think about this too long. Nah, it's better to do this. That there. That there. This can go here. This can go here. And then these two can stay. Like, this legitimately feels like I'm playing against the AI with how fast that they're playing. Just wipe the board down, I guess. And then go face now. Alright, play that. Maybe I'll draw on the Astral Reef. Nope. Alright, so we'll just keep it moving. Yeah, like, didn't even think about it. This has to be an AI bot. Very, very strange dealings going on right now. But it is a ranked game, so we take those. The decision to pick Soul Gala for the Patrol boost ended up paying off huge this game. So we got 4 blockers. They have, okay. Very weird game. But it did give you an idea what the deck is trying to accomplish with Rumblegates and Soul Gala and stuff like that. The only thing missed from that is the opponent having an emote at the end when they took the final blow like the computer does. Alright, we're going first. That's pretty good. Hopefully we got a Reef start this time. We do not. We didn't take a single blue card. Wow. Shocking, honestly. Can't really play that though. It's interesting to see what type of decks are arriving that use the Reef engine or try to counter the Reef engine. So I wonder if this is like a Larva Gear deck or something. Ah, Guardian Aquan. I'm gonna hold on to this in case I top deck the Astral Reef. That way they can't remove it with like a tap down card or something. Next turn is likely going to be Holy Mana. Huh, so I was right. It's like some Guardian Rush deck. If I get a Guardian, such a bricky hand. I did that in case I get Petrova and they attack me, then I can trade into it. They're probably gonna play Aquan. Yep. Goodbye. Another Larva. Soul Gala. Am I lagging or something? Probably not gonna need this. Probably gonna give it one of the Glean of Bulls though. But now that I powered up Cyber Viruses, if I do get Astral Reef, either off of draw or from a shield or something, it's going to be 7,000 power to trade into Larva Gear if they choose to flash Evolution into it this turn. Motherboard. Falega not helpful right now. Play this. Tornado Flame. Then get another one. This is a deck that I wanted to make. I just don't have Larva Gears in my collection. So they're probably going to play either Holy Eye or another Larva Gear. But that'd be their third one. I believe they have one from the Aquan. No. Yeah, they have one. Oh no. Glina. May not need this. If I play Rumblegate, this goes up to 4,000. But I do want to field this. I think this is more important. Ouch. So yeah, probably been better to go this into that. That's why I think I took a slightly greedier line there. Yeah, I can't use it. GG's, sir. Because I could have protected my 2 shields, traded into this, and I would have been alive a little bit longer. So yeah, I misplayed there. I don't know why I did that. I was thinking I would have more mana next turn to go Soul Gala. I'm sorry, Glean of Vol into Rumblegate, but I only would have had 8 mana. So then I realized that after I made my initial play, so I was like, well, crap, I kind of committed to this already. So I could have kept myself alive a little bit longer, and then I could have stabilized if I did the... Actually, no, because they could have just blocked the... Yeah, if I did the Glean of Vol trade, they could have just blocked it with their Soul Gala that they had on the board anyway, and then they could have did the same play that they did the Present, or the turn that they beat me. Cause they could have blocked Larbagear, did the play they did, and still would have won. So the end result wasn't in question. I needed a Holy Odd there to protect myself a little bit longer. So that's okay. They had a much faster start. I did not get early Asher Reef to try to combat them, or other means to combat early turn Larbagear. So that's a deck I actually do want to play in the future. I just don't know if I want to craft Larbagears to play it, which is a card that I've been wanting to play, so I may as well just go ahead and bite the bullet. But that'll do it for this deck outside of my ramblings. I hope you enjoyed. I hope I gave you a good idea of the different type of Reef decks are out there, and I'm sure there's gonna be more to come in the upcoming videos, because since there are so many different engines that want to incorporate Reef into it, I want to showcase them, but I do want to incorporate other non-Reef decks in there, so that way you don't see so many of them in a row. So look out for that in the upcoming video as well. So that'll do it for me. I hope you enjoyed, and stay safe out there. And until the next one, peace, be easy.